Huh? Yeah. Good. Yeah, Wes is, we're testing out some other stuff, so it's a good time for us on Wednesday nights to do this. Oh, no, I thought that's what you were coming for.
Oh, no.
All right, if you go to Sun Times. So real quick, that's not on here. We didn't really know about it at the time. The girl that had the house fire, their child does go to our after school. So we are going. I know the ladies' Bible study raised like $75 this morning. Oh, was it? So the ladies' Bible study raised an undetermined amount of money. Oh, you raised $75 for Connie's daughter. We raised how much this morning, Marcia, for the other one? $240. Okay, $240. Somebody I think added to it. For the family. So our goal is to buy the daughter an entirely new wardrobe. She doesn't have any clothes. So that's first priority. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't go out and buy clothes. You are not qualified. 4 are in the family. 3 were present, I believe. And a dog, and the dog died. But we think that there's weird stories. We don't know. We just don't know about the mom. We think she's in the hospital but unrelated. We think it's totally a different thing. We think. Like I said, so there's weird stories. We just don't have it all. So all right, we're just going to focus in on help the ones we do know are here and need something.
No, but that's, I'm just showing that this is a text that I got from one of the staff members at the school.
Okay.
That Jackie has been in direct verbal communication.
With the daughter.
I'm confused. But she did say, the coach said, Mom is enjoying it in Tampa.
Okay. So like I said, we have some conflicting stories. We're just going to help out where we can. Was it just after 8? Yeah, it was just after 8. Yeah.
When the lights went out. Yeah, our whole power went out, and then my whole house was sitting on the front porch, and all of a sudden you just saw smoke. So that's how we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fire department got to the scene and then they shut the power.
Yeah. So we're doing that first, but then we're being open to what we can do for the family themselves. They were put in a hotel last night. We do know that, but the grandmother only had enough money for that one night. They have been in contact with the Red Cross today, so we're hoping that they come through. If not, then we'll probably jump in real quick and help with some housing, and then move on as we can and see. So just be open. Watch your notifications. If you're having trouble with notifications, see Wes or Mally or myself, and we can help you with that. We've figured out some things that you've got some sets wrong in your phones. Samsungs still haven't maybe made an issue with, just because we don't know how to do it. iPhones I know how to fix. That's not a problem. It's a setting that whenever you downloaded the app, if you clicked a certain answer, it throws you out of notifications. But thanks for those who are getting them and responding, so that's awesome. So that's part one. From the new app.
Is there a thing? I don't have a thing that says notification.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yes, you should be getting notifications from us. We've sent out like 3 today, a couple yesterday. So you've got it turned off, and I'll help you get it turned back on. That part, you're on an iPhone, yours is easy. So just real quick, thank everybody who's been helping this week that can. Awesome, thank you. Here's what our plan tonight is. So we've got 4 people over there serving. Then the kids are going to come up here and do church. We're going to go through this building, bathrooms, do a little spruce up, downstairs bathrooms and showers, spruce up, kind of get everything set back together, organized up, retreat center, bathrooms, trash, and then kitchen and fellowship hall. We're going to clean it for them and just clean up after them after we get them all out. So that's our goal tonight, is we're going to do just our sun times and then kind of go to work. Then the rest of the week, if you're available, just have you always have been for the fine. Friday night, I know this is going to sound like the worst Friday night you've ever spent. But the big group doesn't leave until Friday night after dinner, so it's going to be like 7:30. We have a group checking in at Retreat Center at 6 in the morning, Saturday. So back-to-back. We didn't know they were leaving that late. So we got to clean the Retreat Center Friday night. We're going to have the rooms emptied by around 4, so we can actually start and do room clean and shut them down and that sort of thing. But the bathrooms, the fellowship hall, the kitchen, none of that can happen until after dinner. So if you can help, that would be awesome. Then we can come up here and do the same thing. Georgia's spending the night Friday night in the breakfast room. They will clean up after themselves. But Friday as well, after the big group is done, we got to put this room back together and kind of clean it up. So Friday night, we're expecting if we get 15 or 20 people here, an hour and a half, we can literally do pretty much the whole thing, have it done. And that includes moving all the equipment that's been stored and used. So if you can help Friday night, we're shooting for sometime late afternoon around 4 to do the rooms. Then we're going to serve dinner. Then 7:30, we're going to kick into really cleaning up, getting ready for our weekend services and for the groups that's coming in on Saturday morning. So that is that. And anytime you serve, you get to eat. So make sure you come around the food thing times, right, Steve? I don't know how Marsha's going to top his eating habits next week, but I don't know how you're going to top Steve's eating habits he's got this week. It's a regular group of ours. They do the weekend Emmaus type services. We don't never know. Between 30 and 40, I think, usually is their number. Oh, I haven't asked him yet. We need popcorn tomorrow night. Is that possible? You can use my popcorn popper here. Yeah, all we got to do is make it here. So Kentucky plays their first game in the tournament tomorrow night, so they're going to want to watch. So we're going to have a little basketball party, so I have popcorn and stuff over there. No, that's tomorrow night. It's Thursday. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. We'll have it all cleaned up the next morning.
We're cleaning at 6 to 7:30.
No, we're going to start about 7:30. Dinner's 6 to 7, and then by the time they get on the bus, it'll be around 7:30. They're out of here, and we can start cleaning big time.
Second question, notifications on this website, are they supposed to pop up?
Oh, yeah, see me after. We'll make sure you're working. And then I can also show you sometimes how you can see the history of notifications. Sometimes. Okay, so looking over here, you saw the campus cleanup on Friday. I've given you that new schedule, so that's different. Under church, New Life Discovery is going to go on. It may be, depend on who all's in there. We don't know exactly. So if you've been part of it, please come. If you're planning on serving around that time, understood. So if New Life is a little scarce tomorrow, that's fine. Right? Okay.
I just realized Georgia's staying here Friday then. To send an 8 downstairs again.
Friday, yes. Well, actually, I'm hoping we got them in the habit starting this weekend, Corey. We want to move AA to the new youth room all the time. We have coffee.
Sunday or Friday?
Both. Friday, so NA and AA.
I don't think Friday would fit.
Oh, really? We got 20 seats in there. But if not, use whatever room they want. You're right. So then looking at the list, what's next? Thing. I'm not sure Teen Challenge is going to... No, they are. So we're going to give you a few days off. Steve, I keep looking. You're right there. You probably shouldn't have sat right there. So our carpet's ordered. That's the good news. The bad news is it's probably not going to be here by Monday. So we're going to probably take next week off. But that leaves 1 week prior to Easter to get it done. So our goal is to have it. You can't go fishing. Yeah, go fishing next week. Yeah. Mitch, after Easter, yeah, I understand. I get that. You're leaving before Easter?
Dan Harold is getting a wart. You have to go get his award.
He's getting a wart. What?
He's citizen award.
Oh.
He's getting an award for Carson City, which is a little town, but it's a big deal. He's citizen of the year.
That feller. What day is that on?
The 27th.
We'll be done by then. make sure they hold. Start the Facebook live stream. So that's where we are on that. And diapers as well, always. Anything else I'm missing? Hopefully not. We did win the parade, so if you didn't get that notification, we won the parade in our division. We won the float there, so thank you for that. Parade was way down this year, in case you weren't here. Parade spectators were down thanks to, we believe, Wink News, telling everybody to take an umbrella. When they do that, people just don't go at all. I mean, after all, it's not like the biggest parade you're ever going to go to. Rain kind of dampens things a lot. All right, over on the back, if you'll check on those. The list is getting big. It does that, which is normal. But if we can praise them off or update them off, that's fine too. Yeah, Chick was being released. Still is. She's just still there right now. Yeah. It's just taking them a little while to get her out. She doesn't have an answer to the heart cath. They didn't tell her, I don't think. Yet. Maybe that's what she's waiting on. Yeah, and they're slow. Oh, somebody help me remember if somebody's taking food to Frank and Inez. They did. Oh, they did take it. Okay, good. They have, well, no, they have a release date of Frank around the 26th. And then there soon after, we'll try to get out of town. He hasn't signed off on that plan. That's the daughter. But since she's driving him home, she may win. I guess Bob. Or Couture's coming back, maybe. Yeah, Bob's probably not. Connie's daughter's sitting up in the bed, they just told us. She was going to be dead yesterday. She's up talking.
What she told us in Bible study today is they were planning her funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, they were like the quiet room, and they had all the funeral arrangements. They were going to put her on a respirator, and then they decided not to. And then now she's up, and she's having company. They moved her out of ICU, and she accepted the Lord, and she's just healing. And the doctors won't tell them if the cancer's still there or not, but so we don't really know her diagnosis anymore. But she's alive and talking and walking around and eating.
We have her day diagnosis. That's all we can go with.
Same thing happened with her husband. Same thing happened with Connie. So,
Yeah. Something about that family really wants to get the whole digging done. Saying, be careful with that bunch. Anybody else? Paula and Lee will be back here Friday. If you can help with them, she can't drive. I think that's it. Or her car. They're not going to be able to drive when they get here, so they're not going to be able to get here unless we go get them. So if you're, she's in a boot. Yeah, Paula. So, like I said, they'll be here, but they're going to need some help if they can get, if we want them to come and be here, just be here. We're going to need to be able to get them, and they'll be here Friday, flying. Correct.
well, her brother-in-law, Mai,
Mm-hmm.
is just, they found more cancer, and he's really discouraged. But I think he's lucky if you live at this point, too. One of those people that just got.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think this is hard, and I don't even know how to ask you to pray for this, and God's got it in his hands anyway. But there is a young girl in our presence, and by the way, none of my girls, you don't know. Just so you don't have to worry.
Now, see, I'd have left that one out there and just
I
let
know,
it stay.
that's what I'll think. But she's pregnant, and
We don't know how.
she is contemplating an abortion. And I don't even know how to pray to God about that. So
calling her girl Z.
No, don't put it on. No, please, don't put it. I'm just, and like I said, guys, if y'all wouldn't even say anything when you walk out of the door, just in your mind, talk to God about it, because it's real. It's just a sad situation. But I promise you, it's none of my girls.
Oh yeah, she'd be really excited now. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, they were up there. The house fire name. I saw it.
Yes.
I saw that. Hey. Nice. That's from Jack and Ann. Oh, they're not here. I was looking at you two. Jack, sorry. The other Jack.
My cousin Cherie, that's on it, and my aunt, they started the chemo back up for Aunt Jan, and Cherie's kind of going through it, so.
Got it.
Great.
If you haven't texted Aunt Jan, she's about 7 or 8 down there. Right, it's listed as Aunt Jan, yeah, and then Sherry's over there. Cherie, sorry. You want to drop text out there, that'd be awesome. Yep. Are you going to have to speak up?
If I could get some prayer, I have a doctor's appointment on the 26th for a hand specialist. So if they could all be healed before I even go, that would be awesome. So, yeah, that's my,
That's not bread and butter.
This is bread, this is butter. No, do not call Connie. She goes straight to the funeral. Then there's the healing thing. Yeah, she's like, oh, just cut it off. They're going to cut it off. No, absolutely not. That's right. Just stick with the prayer. Good. Jack, pray for us, would you? Since I've already said your name 4 times and didn't even talk about you. Yep. Amen.
Then Carol's daughter Sonia, Carol is in Hawaii now. The doctor's gonna go ahead and try to remove the dead kidney even though she has CEDA. Got some specialists or something.
That does not sound nice at all. All right, so all I want to do tonight is, hopefully my note comes up. Yeah. So, I got accused of having a feel-good sermon Sunday. I didn't know it was feel-good, so if you felt good, that's awesome. That's all on God. Didn't plan it. But I can understand how you see that if you get excited about the current and not excited about or not worried about what you expect. Somebody actually wrote it on the floor. How can God meet your expectations or how can he exceed them if you only expecting to meet them or something like that? And I guess I said that. I didn't remember saying it. I did? Okay. I meant it. It was nice. No, it's true, because I think sometimes we do get just kind of boxed into what we expect God to do. We're really talking about that in our Thursday night class, is we put God in this overall box that says, I expect this to happen, and it's based on, sometimes it's based on just our knowledge of our life, what we've been taught. It's just anything that we derive and then apply to God. And so that whole point for Sunday is that we live sort of in the moment, you know what I mean? Not arbitrary and not abstract, but in the moment of what God is doing. You know what I mean? And expecting from him for the moment. And then also knowing that the work that we're doing current has benefits only because we're doing what God has for us to do in the moment. I talked to somebody we were just talking the other day, or yesterday, and she said, well, I do it, and I know that in the future there will be, I'll understand why. And that's just as wrong, because we do it just because we were asked to do it. So our service to God is not based on any result, past, present, or future. You may not never know. There may not be anything that you could know. Because you even think you might know, you've kind of missed the boat. The act of service to him is all about the fellowship and the worship with him, not any result at all. So even when you say things like, well, so when we're planting seeds, it's not so that we can see the harvest. The Bible teaches that you're not the harvester. He's the harvester. So when you're talking about the gospel, the seeds of the gospel look like all kinds of things. I mean, there's all kinds of parables and all kinds of analogies for the seeds, but our job with them is to simply put them out, but not with any expectation of result at all. It's just in the farming part. It's just in the giving. It's just in the serving. It's just in the telling. It's just in the living in him. And that's all. And we're supposed to be okay with that. I know that in my mind, my brain likes to jump to the future always. And I don't like to make decisions unless I've figured out or thought about what could, maybe, should happen. And in reality, as long as you're doing that within the Spirit, that it doesn't matter what that looks like, what becomes of it. Because sometimes the answer is just do it because. And let him worry about what the result is or what it looks like. Now, it doesn't make us willy-nilly. I keep having to go back to that. I want to make sure we're not saying you just go out and do. It's in the following. It has to be in the following. But the expectations then are just within him and are just within the moment of living in his presence and for his glory. I should probably throw that. So we looked at Genesis 13. We looked at 12, and we looked at 15. Both were Abraham is being promised this thing, and he wavers back and forth. So I identify that really well in my life of, okay, I think it's this thing. Oh, it's not that thing. Must be this. And, oh, it's not that. So it must be this. And I keep going back and forth. So I can see myself in Abraham. But I really like the Galatians 3:29, which says, if you are a Christian, if you're a follower, then you are Abraham's seed. So it ties it all back together for me to see what God had planned all the way back there for now. Okay, so my life is a direct result of the first promise that God made to Abraham. So in simple timeline alone, it should make us understand that it's quite possible you're not going to get the resolution that you're looking for, or even that you think you deserve, or a resolution that you think you deserve. See, I can sometimes live and not have a preconceived notion of a resolution, but at least I think there is one. I can just say, I don't know what it is, but God will show me. Not necessarily. Not necessarily at all. The simple timeline of Abraham would tell us, sometimes it's just about the listening and the doing. Sometimes it's just about us in the moment and not worried about that at all. And understanding that it's way bigger than us. That's why we threw that verse in there, that his ways, much bigger than your ways, just like, what is it, that the heavens are separated from, I like to say that right, but I don't ever do it right. Y'all remember what it says? Heavens from the, basically as far as it is from the earth to the heavens, so are your ways and his thoughts and your thoughts separated. That's just it. Which gives me great courage, or great joy to think that God's not up there on my plan. That I'm not able to figure it out to the same level that God would figure it out. That's very encouraging to me. Because I want him to be a lot bigger than me. I want him to have a whole lot more information. I don't want to be discussing with God what should happen and him actually think my ideas are as good as his, right? I don't want that. Although that's how I act sometimes. But that's not really what I want. I want to be able to say, you know what, you do have it, and I'm not going to worry about it. That gives me something to look forward to because I know the pressure that comes off. I know the stress that goes away. I know the desire to serve that can finally go when you see him is so much bigger than we are. So I like the fact that I should not be on the same page, that I don't want God to explain it to me. I don't even want him to tell me what's going on realistically, or at least I shouldn't. Because when he does, then I'm kind of getting on the same page. I don't want to be on God's page. I really don't. I just want to be in his service. I want to be the minion. You know, there was a time when, who was it? Jesse Ventura. You know, Christianity's just a crutch for weak people. That's exactly what I want. I want the Christianity to hold me up. I want Christianity to be my support. I want that fact that I'm following Christ to make all of my decisions for me. I really don't want anything to do with it. I don't. Because I know how bad I am at it. I know bad decisions are. I know how bad my responses are. I know how easy it is to live in emotion. All that mess goes away when I realize his ways, his thoughts, way up here, and I'm down here just treading water. But he's the one keeping me afloat. So I can live there. So I hope you're able to live there. And that's what we want to do for tonight. Is just kind of reiterate. Hang out with him. Try not to set the box of expectations up. Not even too high. Just don't set them up at all. And allow him to do his work in our lives. And just kind of respond. Respond to his lead. And we can do it. So we're going to pray and then we're going to go. If you want to slowly leave this building, check the bathrooms as you go out. Everything else is pretty much under control up here except for that hallway. Downstairs, the showers need to be washed out, the bathrooms need to be spruced up, the trash cans need to be emptied, and such. What are you doing? Oh, your mom. Okay. And then same thing in the retreat center. Big fellowship hall, we got a vacuum, just like we do any other Wednesday night. Set that back up for breakfast. They should be out of there in the next 5 to 10. Once they get out, ladies, if a couple of ladies want to go down the hall and check the bathroom or the trash cans in the sleeping rooms, girls, y'all can pop in, check those, pull them out, put the new bag in, and then some guy will grab them and take them out to the dumpster. So it's just a really quick midweek spruce up, let them finish out. Weather has actually done well for them. They're excited about it. They got 7 inches of snow at home, right? So a little bit of chilly weather with the sun. They are great, you know. We are trying to get them in the water tomorrow and parasailing and jet skis and such, but that's on them. I'm not going with them.
Am I giving this money to Corey for Walmart and Target gift cards? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Was that the $240? Or how much is that?
It was
$240.
Any more money, anybody?
So yeah, if you want to give tonight, if you haven't been able to give, Corey's going to go buy gift cards, Walmart, Target, for the girl to get her clothes, for mom or somebody to get clothes for the girl. So if you want to add into that, give it to Corey, or give it to Johnette. She'll record through how much she's giving her.
And then, Jerry, her, and Connie want to take Angelina shopping.
Okay. So you're going to get the gift cards, get them back to Jerry and them, and let them take her.
Or they may want to do it otherwise.
That would be maybe a good way,
Yeah.
or even let them take the money and take her shopping.
That would work too.
Just do that.
Have they worked out that they are going to take her?
They plan to, they're just gonna.
I mean, they've got, so they've,
May need to get like home, like horse, like basic stuff too.
well, we are going to offer that. So this is specifically for Angelina and I think her brother, or just Angelina?
Well, this is for the whole family.
Okay, so close. So I think you should get gift cards,
Jerry
then
and
take the
Connie are
girl.
gonna wanna take Angelina and shop.
Okay. And they may do that outside of that money right there. So what are you at now?
320.
What?
320.
320. Awesome. Amazing. 320. 340. Hey, I'm not really good at it, but I can do it if we. Let's go. Let's all stand. We'll pray and let's get the little work and then enjoy your week. And we'll see you Friday night if you can. Let's pray together. God, thank you that we don't have to set these expectations and that we can live in you in the moment. Thank you for these moments. God, as we leave this place, may our witness be what you have it to be. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.